be honest. So those two didn't stand up and impress when they had an opportunity to. But on the flip side, with your guys, Gareth Ellis definitely impressed. But the people you were talking about, the people who've been rubbish in your forward pack, and I was looking at your forward pack before the game thinking, these guys, they've been crap this year, so I'm not worried about it. But I should have been, because Paya was decent, but Manu and Minicello were fantastic. And everyone knows that I like Westerman as a player. But yeah, Wigan were chasing shadows for most of this game. Your guys attacked really, really well. You put a lot of width on at times. That opened things up for Danny Houghton to scoot from. You were getting much quicker play of the balls than us. You were turning our guys over in when you were defending, whereas our guys were coming forward and then stopping and letting you guys decide what you were going to do. So you were totally played at a more intensity. You well wanted this game better, and we would have robbed you if that kick had gone over. It didn't go over, and the Sky cameras, missed the ball missing because Hardacre kicked it too bloody high that he went out of the shot. But it looked to me like it did just drift to the right hand side of the post, and it was unfortunate. But there you go. But we didn't deserve anything from the game. You guys deserved it, even though I don't like the way. It's a horrible way to lose a game. I can tell you that for now, for everyone who's not had that yet. It's a horrible way to lose a game, especially because it was one of those bollocks penalties where the player isn't intentionally interfering with the ruck, is he? Do you know what I mean? Joe Bullock did as much as he could to roll out of the way, and Danny Houghton throughout the game was stepping over those situations and taking all the meters, but this time he knew a penalty sets us up to win, so he did the quote-unquote professional thing and took the penalty that was there, which pisses me off when that happens both ways to me, for both sides. But anyway, it's a penalty, so there you go, and you guys totally deserved it. You pulled us apart for massive sections of that first half. How we went in only 4 points behind. We were very lucky to go in only 4 points behind. The only time we had attacking shape all game was that first try, and then we didn't have any attacking or defensive shape. You guys were great, to be honest.
We were.
Yeah. If you were a better side than you've been, if you had more confidence than you had, and if you weren't so patched up a little bit as well, you should have taken this game by more. But
yeah.
Were you concerned? Were you worried? Were you scared?
At which point?
Well, I think the time that the game changed potentially was with 19 and a half minutes to go, because I looked up at the clock.
Well, at least you could see it. We couldn't.
No, it's in a weird sort of angle from you guys, isn't it? That clock from the away end, because of where it's placed on the stand where the coaches sit. But yeah, I looked up at the clock, and it was when Snide kicked it dead, and I thought that's too long out. That's too long out in this game with the 10-point lead against a Wigan side who do often pull things out of the bag, to do that. And my highlight moment of the game was Gabe Hamlin's break that set up the position for Tommy Luluai to have a good push at it, and then Hardacre to release Gildart to get that try. But boy, you wouldn't have deserved to lose, but in a little way, you sort of let us come onto you in that last 20 minutes. And
I mean, we kept saying we needed another try.
Yeah.
Even at 22-12, it didn't feel comfortable enough.
Yeah. So, I mean, you picked out loads of players, I suppose. What was your highlight moment of the game? What was like the most exciting piece of play? And there was loads for your guys. You were very entertaining to watch, to be honest. I applauded a lot of your scores.
The Joe Westerman try was a nice one. I was screaming at him to go forwards because I'd seen the gap. And then, of course, he throws the dummy, spins round and goes forward.
Yeah, well, he'd seen a gap, but he'd seen that our players were over chasing, so he read it perfectly and executed the skill. I mean, it was crap defending from our point of view, but you take what's in front of you, and he definitely did that with some style, didn't he? What about Connor's pass for Ratu Nulongo's first try?
It was a brilliant pass, wasn't it? It just sort of floated out there. I was slightly concerned that he wasn't going to put the ball down.
Yeah, it was about a 30-metre pass, weren't it? It was brilliant stuff.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
And obviously, the drop goal at the end.
Yeah, the writing was on the wall, weren't it? We were all quite excited when we won the toss, thinking, right, surely we should be buoyed up. We might actually put in some defence. You guys might go a bit more conservative. But it was Westerman again, wasn't it, who got that quickish play of the ball. Bullock was so unfortunate to end up, in that situation where the man playing the ball just steps over him half a step and the hooker lets it hit the man. But our teams have all done it to other teams, so you can't call foul. It just, I don't like it when my team does it, but yeah, that kick. Where were you in relation to the kick then? Where were you behind the stick?
We were directly behind the sticks.
Oh, God, so you must have been absolutely buzzing when that kick went through.
Yeah.
You deserved it. You deserved it, Sarah.
We
Massively.
did. It's funny, I don't like Golden Point. I don't like Golden Point even now that we won with it. But I think if we had come away with a draw yesterday, we'd have felt robbed.
So, yeah, I agree. You were great. You were... Yeah. I think that's all I've got. Yeah, that's me done. Wigan's defence was woeful, but it was because of your guys really coming with a great game plan. Knowing that we were going to be a bit sluggish after what we went through last week. Connor, do you think Connor's nailing that position now?
I mean, they seem to have really clicked it there, but then I don't know what's going to happen when Albert's fit, whether he'll come back in and then Connor will go out to the centre again. But
I sort of feel like Connor's helping Snide's confidence. And weirdly, there was a couple of times in the game where Snide passed it to Connor to do the kick on the last, and it was for yardage kicks because Connor's got the longer boot, but you'd never see that if Kelly's on the pitch. And I just thought it's freed Snide up a little bit that Connor's there.
Yeah,
and Connor doesn't need anyone giving him confidence, so whereas Sneed does a bit. So yeah, I'm all for it. Just not against us. Yeah, no more drop goal wins.
Well, I'd rather that we'd finished you off good and proper within the 80 minutes, but.
Well, you're not quite good enough for that yet, but you are good enough to win a game. So let's. Do you want to take us through the standings, Sarah?
Yeah, so Castleford moved top on points difference from Warrington and St Helens, who were also 3 from 3 to start the year. Salford with 3 from 4 are fourth. Rovers are on 4 points. Hull FC jumped to 6th with their first magnificent win of the year. Catalans, Leeds, Wakefield and London all have 2 points. Wigan are behind them in 11th, and Huddersfield are the only side without a win so far in 12th.
Yeah, the stat line of the week goes to... the relentless everyman. He does everything, and he really does do everything now. It's James Roby, 2 try assists, 42 tackles, 114 metres, and 1 drop goal to make that many tackles, that many metres, and have a decisive influence on the game every game. I mean, he could get it every week for the way he's going, but he is the king of the stats again. Who was your player of the week?
I think it'd have to be Mark Sneed.
Yeah. For the drop, I thought he might have gone Danny Houghton, but yeah, it was a moment in history, wasn't it? One that he'll forget.
Apparently, they had practiced Golden Point scenarios, and Mark Sneed's team had lost.
Well, there you go. Obviously, they didn't win a penalty, probably.
No.
With the issue. Well, there you go. My player of the week, I'd go with Alex Walmsley. I think every time he steps up and does something brilliant in games this season, I feel like it's going to be a special feeling. I just hope that he's going to have an international tour to go on at the end of the year, because he'll have deserved it. And what he's come back from after last year, it's just impressive him getting up and dominating games so early this season after the coming back from the injury. So he's my player of the week. Highlight of the week. I'm going to surprise people maybe with my highlight of the week. And maybe I wouldn't have felt this way if I didn't know some people who were in that North Stand at the DW Stadium. But to be honest, you lot celebrating Mark Snide's Golden Point winner, I just think it was a great moment to watch for you guys. Shit for me, but great to watch for you guys. So that was my highlight moment from this week.
Oh, thanks.
It
was my highlight as well.
Shocker. Right.
Yeah.
Predictions, Super Brew Fantasy League updates. In the predictions, I went 4 out of 6 last week. No surprise which ones went against me with that last decision there, the last game there. 75% I am for the season so far. Alan went 3 out of 6, so he did worse than me. He's dropped down to 67% success for the season so far. Tim's sat on 75% success, and you are yet to have any picks put on the table, but that will change after today's games, after today's show, sorry. In the Super Brew, Paul Craig stays top of the league, but it's Tom Andrews getting a consolation of wearing the yellow cap for the best week in Super Brew this week, so well done to Tom.
I also got 6 out of 6 this week.
You went for you?
Of course I did.
No way, that's impressive. Good shout. In the Fantasy League, Alan Bagley is top, and also he had the best weekly score, 746. I mean, the man needs to give us the rest of us a chance, doesn't he, Sarah?
He does. Maybe he should be disqualified next year.
Or like some sort of handicapping system where he's not allowed to enter a team until he's not allowed to pick a team until week 6 or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks everyone for the fan views on this game, particularly Paul Chamberlain, who got in an absolute storm review on the Catalans game. Sorry. Keep them coming in on the Google form next week, so keep your eyes out for those tweets popping up, the Facebook post popping up. Click the link, drop your thoughts in on the game, and we'll go through them. We love every single one of those that we get each and every week, even the ref bashing ones. So we will now move on to quickly rattle through some other results from around the world of Rugby League.
So with other results then, it was the Championship round 4, so Barrow and Dewsbury finished 20 all, and Featherstone beat Halifax 46-16.
Yeah, Carsten got in touch to say, has anybody seen what was happening on the field? # fog of war. Yeah, well, no one who was there sent us any fan reviews despite us asking for them, so no one must have seen much in the fog down at Fev, but big win for Fev.
Yeah, I mean, the weather on the way back from Wigan was bad, so
well, it was very foggy over this way earlier in the morning, so maybe it, followed you over, as it were.
Yes. And then Toulouse were narrow winners at Swinton, where it finished Swinton 24, Toulouse 26. Bradford 14, York 24, so good result there. It finished Batley 18, Rochdale 12, and Lee 8, Toronto 14. Yeah,
with this being on Sky, a few people got in touch. I haven't had the chance to get around to watching this one yet, but Carson said, Toronto win this game, but they didn't look the better team. Lee looked really good and played it tough, but what's wrong with Danny Richardson? Without his sin bin, Lee might have won this game. Yeah, I think he seemed a bit angry from the couple of clips I've seen, but yeah. Needs to wind his neck in. Maybe we might get back in the Saints side then. Genghis Campbell said, about expected, committed Lee, but Toronto Wolfpack edging it. Big bad Bodine penalty, so 2-0 to Lee. And sphincters across Canada collectively tightened. Fortunately, an offload by Siblo and happy feet by Wallace got the Wolfpack ahead. Cheeky kick by Gareth O'Brien for Higson's try helped, as did BBB, I'm guessing that's Big Bad Bodine, scoring a try, but Lee refused to die and edged the second half, helped by Wallace's amusing kick out on the full. Hopefully Dewsbury is less tense next week. And Phil Nadin said, it was effort from Lee, but Toronto put in a better defence and better offloads. Both teams had mistakes and both need to improve if they're going to make it to Super League.
Yeah, sadly Widnes and Sheffield was postponed.
But for the standings, that means Toronto stays top with a 4-4 start. Sheffield stays second despite not playing. York joined them on 6 points though after their road win at Bradford. Featherstone, Toulouse, Lee, Bradford and Halifax are in a group on 4 points, though Toulouse have kind of got to 4 points but not looked great. Swinton keeping them close was a surprise. Us at the moment are Widnes, but they will move to -8 soon if they stay in the competition at all. Unfortunately, it's worrying times. Dewsbury and Barrow have 3 points. Batley in 12th have 2. Rochdale and Swinton remain pointless. What about League 1 round 2 scores, Sarah?
So it finished West Wales 18, London 28. Doncaster 18, Hunslet 20, Workington 48, North Wales 8, Oldham 36, Whitehaven 12, Coventry 32 and Newcastle 28.
Yeah, and Tim G Radio got in touch. Obviously, the ground announced